Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be taking a first look at Martinez, who is an upcoming pro character. I'm pretty sure that this is the first Martinez. Oh no, there is one other Martinez who's a 5-star. I think he is a strong character. I don't think he's spectacular, but I think the rest of them are only 3 stars and 2 stars. They're pretty low stars. I think one of the Martinez actually looked really cool though. But this is the first 6-star Martinez for sure. They are spreading the characters around a bit. They're getting some new names in there, which is fantastic. And he looks pretty cool. He looks pretty cool. He's got a bandana. He's got a fast bandana. You know, he's got a yellow bandana. And he is a fast character, so it definitely fits. He's got 2,165 attack, 1,488 defense, and 1,759 HP. The trait is fast, like I said, but the role is support. That is interesting, so considering that high attack stat. We'll look at the rush and see what sort of makes him a support character. His adrenaline rush is called Draining Slice, and it has a recharge of 58 AP, so very quick. Deal 2 attacks of 250% damage, 500% total, and 600 bleed damage for 5 turns to one enemy. That enemy and up to one other gets 100% heal reduction for 4 turns. That is insane. That is such a huge amount of bleed damage. That's 3k bleed damage. Obviously he rushes one character. Even if they heal themselves afterwards, it's going to do 3k bleed damage. He can also lacerate it the next turn due to his lacerator specialist skill. The amount of bleed damage that this guy can generate from his rush, from his lacerator, is going to be insane. And if you have the Michelle from the recent Whisperers event, the synergy between those two characters is going to be really nice on an attack team. And then there's the second half of that rush. That enemy and up to one other gets 100% heal reduction for 4 turns. So obviously that's going to be a revive block for those 4 turns because it's 100% heal reduction, and any incoming heals will just not happen. So that 600 bleed damage for 5 turns, which obviously, like I said, is 3k overall damage, is going to generally result in a kill. Unless it gets cleansed by an active skill which has bleed removal, or someone who has a rush which obviously can cleanse it, like Mackenzie or Father Gabriel, you're guaranteed at least 1 kill. And then obviously you can follow up on that second character and get the kill. And then, as they've got 100% heal reduction as well, those 2 characters will not be able to get revived until it wears off. He has of course got an active skill as well. It is Confused. It's a buffed up version of the 6-star Sadiq's. It has the same initial cooldown of 2, but the cooldown is increased to 3 rather than it being a 2-turn cooldown like Sadiq's, because it actually confuses one enemy for 3 turns rather than 2 turns. So it's slightly buffed up Confuse, but you pay for that with the cooldown rate. I kind of like that. The initial cooldown is exactly the same though, so you can use it on that turn 2 to confuse a shield, just to try and get a shield out of the way. And the fact that Taunt's going to become quite a big thing on attack teams due to this Charlie. A lot of shields are going to maybe sacrifice their confuse resist, and Martinez is just going to get those confuses in for free. Now it's worth mentioning he doesn't have an attached weapon, and due to the fact that he has 58 AP behind a Michelle leader, he would get his rush on turn 2 command or turn 3 naturally on an attack team, so he wouldn't even need AP on attack. Just from the leader skill he'd be able to get his rush, so he could be given quite a heavy stat weapon. You know, absolute defense, 30% attack, 30% HP, or give him a bit more defense. You could make him all out defensive because you could just rely on the bleed damage. You could give it 35% defense, 30% HP. You could go with one of your old school Michonne shield weapons and just put it straight in Martinez's hands and it will work perfectly fine. So overall, I think this character is pretty nice, especially if you've got Michelle. Like I said, the synergy between these 2 characters is great. And it does look like they're going with something that I've talked about a little while in terms of releasing a character within free-to-play and then releasing a character that synergizes well with that free-to-play character, so that people have a chance to decide whether they're going to spend their coins in them. Especially if they're free-to-play, coins are hard to come by. So you can decide, hey, I've got Michelle, this character will work well with her, and I'll spend my coins and try and get lucky. Or you could be someone who actually just likes the look of this character, likes Michelle, and just wants to build that heavy bleed team. And I think Martinez is going to be quite a fun character to use. So do tell me if you're going to pull for Martinez. Are you going to pull for Martinez and try and use him in a Michelle team? What sort of team would you have lined up for him? But that's the end of my video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.